How's it going, guys? So obviously if you're within our Discord and our Facebook and Cryptofy, you would know that we are now releasing a Foreseer, a open and a close, a spot open close on ETH USDT, as you saw the announcement. So I'm just going to do a quick video recap, only 5 to 10 minutes, going through the numbers of Foreseer spot and spot buy and close, and we're going to have a look at how it actually utilizes it, what the whole concept behind it is, and how you should be looking at it and to identify if it is for you or not. So let's go and dig straight into it. So hopefully you guys can see the actual background here from a recording perspective. Yes, you should be able to see it. Now if we have a quick look here, this is the Foreseer open and close, and this is based from the second month of this year, which I'll be walking through the actual dates on it as well in a second. I'll be going through the charts as well with you. So if we have a quick look here and we look at the numbers, I hope you guys can see this. I'll make it a little bit bigger just so you guys can see it a little bit better, and then I'll minimize it once again. If we have a look, and obviously we're on ETH USDT, Foreseer open and close, and we can see that we're up 502.46% on our money with 46 total trades, 82.61% probable. So what that means is 82 out of 100 trades would actually be winning trades. And a lot of people may say that's really high, and it is really high, and there's a reason for it as well as to how that works and how we look at the calculation based upon that as well. So this is starting with a $15,000 capital, and you'll be sitting on 75,369. So let's go through the list of trades and we can see that as well. So the first trade would have been on the 10th of the 2nd here on this particular setup, and the price at that time was 227.87 USD per ETH. Now you can see that first trade right there, opened long at 227, closed at 270. You had 65 Ethereum contracts at that particular time, and you made a almost 19%, and $2,816 on that one trade. Now this one here is the cumulative profit, so how much profit you have made over time. So it accumulates the actual profits on top of one another, and it shows you the total run up, which this really is irrelevant, and it also shows you the drawdown while you were in that particular trade as well. So the reason this has such a high probability is because it is USD dollar focused. It's only focused on dollar. It doesn't care about the contracts of how much you're going to have. If you have more or less, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't care about that. So if that is something for you, let's say you're looking for a trading bot and you want to come into the market and you have some Ethereum and you're like, you know what, I might utilize this Ethereum for it. Just keep in mind that Ethereum may go up or down, and the goal of this setup is not to accumulate Ethereum. If it does, that's awesome. If it doesn't, it is what it is. We're looking at the dollar perspective. So for a lot of people, it might make sense for you to come in and bring some extra money to the table and put it into it and dedicate a dollar perspective and say, let's say it's $2,000, and that's what you want to utilize. Whatever it may be, everyone has their own, I guess, limits and different things that they need to, I guess, work out personally. So only look at it from a dollar perspective. There is no ifs or buts. When it does come out of a trade, it closes that trade, it sits in USDT. So it is there to preserve your capital when it does that. Now, if it does end up buying higher, that's okay. That's just, like I said, you may lose some Ethereum. So we're not looking at that perspective. So let's have a quick look at them. 227 to 270. Then we got a little bit lower at 267. It went to 282. Got in a bit lower again on the close. So we closed at 282. Got back in at 271. We closed at 272. We went back in at 252. Went to 270. And we closed it at 270. We got back in at 222. This is on the 29th of the 2nd. We closed it at 244. We got back in at 199, closed it at 201, and then got back in at 111, closed it at 123, got back in at 109, and you can see the Ethereum value here, how much Ethereum you're picking up. Now what I want to hit is a point where we actually don't pick up more Ethereum, and here it is. So we closed that, we opened at 156, and we closed at 158, but the price continued to run to 169. Now in that actual thing, there is no loss because you sat in USDT when you closed this at 158. Your total dollar value of your account was 565 by this time, and this is the 12th of the 4th, and then you went into the next trade with that amount of money. You haven't lost because you literally didn't take a trade. You closed the trade and you sat in USDT, and it is a USDT or USD dollar accumulation bot. So, and you can see there we dropped off 20 Ethereum between these two trades because 158 to 169, there's a $11, $12 almost difference that you're buying higher, so you're going to get less Ethereum for your money. But the main objective of it is to win the actual dollar. So you can see all these here, all these percentages here are dollar winnings, 10%. You have a negative 0.13, you have a positive 1, positive 1.29, positive 3. You can see how many there is in a winner's perspective. Don't know what happened here. Might be just a little error on the calculations or whatever it may be. I think it was really close. Yeah, it's probably incorporating the fee as well, but you made 9%, but your dollar was actually $29 down due to your... I'm not too sure actually. I might have to check that out, but that's the first that I've seen it. 243.23. Yeah, so that is your fee. So it's incorporating your fee there and saying you lost $29, but from a perspective of your percentage, you're still up in dollar. And then if we continue to go on, you can see there isn't many losers from a percentage perspective, but keep in mind, it does sometimes go underwater. For example, this trade here went 8.47% underwater against your dollar. And then it came back and closed at only a negative 0.36%. You can see there's some really decent trades in there. You know, your Ethereum stack is still up from the 2nd of this month. From the 2nd of this year, from February. You're at 230 Ethereum here. And the last trade on it was a long at 380.3. This is a tweaked version for the buy, open, close spot setup. It's probably the best that we've seen from a open, close perspective, from a dollar accumulation perspective that we have at the moment. So we're giving you the best that we have. And, you know, some people may say, oh, it doesn't take many trades. Over a course of 6 months, 46 trades. Now that for those 46 trades are just, it's only incorporating the buy trade. It's not, when it closes, it's not taking it as a trade. And the reason being is because you're closing and preserving capital. You're not really not looking to capitalize on preserving that capital because we are only accumulating USDT. So 46 trades is actually about 92 trades. But also don't forget the close or the sells are not incorporated in this. It's just a close and preserve your capital there, just as I mentioned before. So 502%, 46 trades, 82.61%, and we started on the 10th of the 2nd this year. That's as far as we can go via TradingView. Unfortunately, we can't go any further. It is what it is. 65 Ethereum contracts right there, 0.82, and at the end of it, you're left with 230.7. Now, obviously, past performance is never a indicative, it's never indicative of future results, and we see that with what we've been running. And another thing to really take into consideration is Foreseer is designed to keep you in the game for as long as possible. Like, it's a long-term sort of strategy. It's not there for you to make money. It's not a quick way to make your money. This is on a compounding effect too. This 500%. You've taken $15,000 in the span of, let's say, 7-8 months, and you're sitting at $75,000 from that $15,000. To me, that is pretty awesome. So it's not a monthly thing. You need to have a bigger scope. If you have that bigger scope, then this is for you. If you are looking to make that money and not really worry about the Ethereum value because you understand the markets may go up and they may come down, but as long as you have a tool to put you in a position to maybe capitalize on it, then awesome, then Foreseer is for you. But please, it is a long-term game. It is not like other bots. Most other bots in the market struggle for 60-70% of the time. But then they have, when they follow on the trends, they make their money on 30-40% of the time. So for Foreseer, it's there to just capitalize. Foreseer open close anyway, it's there to capitalize on USDT and nothing else, and to keep you in the game for as long as possible and to accumulate and compound out your account. So we're really looking forward to releasing this. I hope people get that. If you didn't understand that, please watch the video again. Things to take note of: if you close at 250 and then you open at 280, that is not considered a loss because you preserved your capital. Okay, that is one thing to understand with this. It is purely USDT accumulation bot. Please understand that. And if that like we've said before, if that is not for you, this is not for you at the end of the day. Also, please understand that we are incorporating the fees here. You would have paid $3,486 in the fees, and they are taken out and incorporated within this whole, within these numbers. So these actual ROIs are legitimate as they come. So they're all listed there. They're all 100% right there for you. We'll be utilizing Stacked Invest once again. So if we go back, let's have a look at the chart really quickly. Let's just check it out. Let's zoom out a little bit here because I zoomed in to get those numbers for you guys so you guys can see them as clear as possible. And you can see, if we go back and have a look at the runs, you know, this one did catch the run at 233, and then it sold out at 274, and then it bought back in at 319. There's a perfect example of that not being a loss because it is only dollar accumulation. You sold here, you preserved your capital, you got back in here. It doesn't matter. Your dollar value from there to there didn't change. Your Ethereum value did, but like we've said, it's only a USDT accumulation bot. So when you're preparing yourself to get into it, if you have made a decision to go for it, when you're preparing yourself to get into the spot buy, please understand that if you're going in with Ethereum you already hold, and you hold it dear and you don't want to really lose it, it isn't for you. Or the alternative, grab some cash flow from somewhere else and allocate it to this, and only pay attention to the dollar value of it. So yeah guys, I guess that's it. There's nothing really else that we can show you, but you guys can see where it's all happening. So these blue and purple markers are the initial trades. You do have trades within inside of it, so you got a sell here, and then you have sells all the way through here. Those don't actually trigger anything because you've already done it anyway. You've closed your position there, and then if you weren't closed, it'll just close it again for you. But if you are closed, it won't do anything. Now, if it didn't buy here, it'd buy here for you, which it shouldn't happen because we haven't had those issues with Stacked Invest as of yet. Also, there may be one trade missing from this whole list. Just as a disclaimer, we need to kind of let you guys know, because this is done through PineScript, whereas we run our stuff on Node.js, and then that Python script actually punches out to the WebSockets through, the webhook through to Stacked Invest. But PineScript is a little bit limited, so there may actually be one trade missing. I'm not too sure. I haven't really looked at it, but we do find sometimes one trade may be missing from the whole thing. But everything else is as it is and as it should be. Cheers guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative. If you have any questions, hit them up in the comments in Discord and Facebook, and we'll go from there. Cheers guys, take care.